Hi there, Lord CloudX here, and today I'm going to be giving you my impressions of the Zig Kuretake Transparent Watercolors 12 palette set. You can see here the colors they included in this set. And, well, let's just get right down to painting. I'm going to be using it for this Hatsune Miku illustration. And I will be giving you my thoughts and impressions as I go along. As you can see here, they don't have the teal color, which is the color of Miku's hair and much of her default outfit, but it was easy enough for me to just mix a little bit of blue and a little bit of green in order to get the teal color. I didn't even have to use a lot of water for it. And I can tell you right now that these watercolors are very highly pigmented because you just need a little bit of water. They're also semi-moist, by the way. So you just need a little bit of water to activate them, and just dip your brush a little bit into them and into the cakes included, and you can get a whole lot of pigment. And here I'm drawing from the pool that I mixed up for the teal colors, and you can see they lay down very quickly and very nicely, quite smooth. Although the colors themselves are, I would say, not very intense, so if you're looking for something more intense, you'd probably be better off with something like Sakura Koi, or perhaps the Tokyo Finds Bento Picasso set, which has more opaque colors, I believe. These are transparent watercolors, of course, as the packaging says. And let me talk a little bit about the packaging. It looks like a CD box, a mini CD box, actually. Mini CD case. And it's actually very handy if you want to travel around and you want a good watercolor set. I definitely recommend this one. I bought it for around 400 pesos at National Bookstore. In US dollars, that would translate to around $10 to $9, I believe. So, yeah, quite cheap. And as you can see here, they don't have a skin tone, so I'm mixing a little bit of yellow and white and also a little bit of red because I like having that little bit of pinkish color, pinkish complexion on the skin. So yeah, so it's basically maybe 10% red, 20% yellow, and 70% just water and a little bit of white. And yes, as you can see, the colors mix well enough. So no problem with doing palette mixing if there are some colors that this 12 color watercolor palette set doesn't have. Now, compared to, let's say, the more expensive Kuretake Gansai Tambi set, well, don't expect too much, okay? Because the Kuretake Gansai Tambi set is considered to be artist grade. It's highly pigmented, and I believe the colors are more opaque or semi-transparent than this set. As you can see, the colors are actually fully transparent, which is great because you can add more and more layers of color without worrying, although adding another layer of color on top of a darker color would probably be quite difficult. But yeah, that's not why we use watercolors anyway, because if you wanted to do that, then you'd be better off with oils or acrylics. Because with watercolors, you have to be very careful about filling in the light portions, because you want to preserve the whites as much as possible for when you need them. Just a little bit of a tip for me, based on experience. So, as you can see, I'm just using a single water brush here. Rounded tip, And there, I had to mix a little bit more color again for the mouth area. I used a tiny bit of red and some whites to sort of dilute the intensity of the color a bit. For the blacks, by the way, such as the really deep blacks, such as her eyes and the eyebrows, I'm actually using a brush pen, a black brush pen. And it's a permanent type of black, which works really well with watercolors. Some people may consider this cheating, but personally I don't. And what else can I say? So about my watercolor process, as you can see, I usually start out with the darkest colors first, and then I sort of spread them out. I sort of spread out the pigments that I lay down using water, or sometimes using a lighter color. So I start out with the darkest parts first, just like you would with acrylic painting, actually. And I've heard some people say that this isn't how most watercolor artists operate. Not too sure about that, because actually I learned most of the stuff that I do with watercolors hands-on. So yeah, I'm self-taught, although I do look at some tutorials from time to time, you know, just for getting the basics, the fundamentals down. At this point in my watercolor exploration, anyway, studies, I would say that I really don't need to use tutorials or anything like that anymore. I'm pretty comfortable with how I do things. I would say that my works are perfect, but they're pretty decent. Oh, and by the way, I still do commissions, so please do send me an email at lordcloudx@gmail.com. You can find out more about my commissions at my website at jadedperspectives.com. I do both traditional and digital art, and if you order traditional art from me, it comes with a free frame, a really cheap frame, but nice enough, I guess, and I could buy you a more expensive frame if you're willing to add a little bit more. So here we are. We're all done. Here's Miku. I was planning to upload this video on 8/31, but, well, I'm uploading it today, so that's that. So that's it for now. This is Lord Cloud X out.